Welcome to my channel Pro Wolf Trader. Let's make money together. I hope all my subscribers and members they made profit last week, and I hope this week they made too. If you're not in the Telegram channel, please go and join. The link is given down below in description. Let's move on to this upcoming week analysis. Before we move on, let's talk about what happened last week. Last week we saw that stock market crashing down, and it didn't happen in just one day. The reason was several weeks of planning and messed up decisions made by Fed and Wall Street. Fed has changed his word quite a lot of times when they changed their interest rate decision from 70 basis points to 50 basis points. Then, when the stock market was doing so good, rumors started coming out that they don't even need a rate cut. And Wall Street was heavily betting on AI companies like Nvidia and AMD. Why? Because they wanted huge interest, and it was later found out that these big institutions, the profit is not gonna be huge. It's gonna be slow because it's still in development, and it's gonna take quite a lot of years for the investment to benefit from it. So big institutions and investors like Warren Buffett, they reduced 50% of their portfolio. They sold off their long positions. That's one of the reasons on last Friday, which is called Black Friday, you saw the huge crash, and the reason it got triggered was because of the NFP unemployment data, unemployment rate, which increased from 4.1 to 4.3, which then led to the triggered SAHMA, which is of course a recession indicator, which was last time got triggered in COVID era, and the Bank of Japan had fire to the fuel, and the interest rate hike just sent the entire stock market crashing. And of course, Fed said they're gonna cut rate in July, which they didn't, and then the BOJ intervention rate hike, and which was all the cause of it was a major blunder. And $2.9 trillion was wiped on Friday, and on Monday, when Asia got open, it was a short sell again. $1 trillion wiped out at the end of the New York session. Worst crash since COVID era. And then we can see an impulse wave type C. It was a correction, and that's where the Fed is jumped in. They called in an emergency meeting to stop the market from crashing, and by doing market interventions, of course, which is being called Fed put by the Wall Street. This is what this was the reason what in 1987 which led to the market meltdown. And why this is happening? When global superpowers such as America, Russia, China, they go into recession, third world countries, third world economies, they enter into a depression stage. So in order to stop this recession, Fed had to implement on QT and rate cut policies. They're just lies. I'm gonna explain these in the next part of this video. And as we can see, the on 1 hourly, the Fibonacci it completed a 61 retracement, and as you can see over here from 2380 support level, the price just went up again. I gave this signal in my VIP Pro Wolf Trader VIP channel. If you're not a part of it, please subscribe it. I didn't give this signal in my members group because I've been giving this signal free signals for around more than a month. This signal I just gave in my VIP channel, so don't miss out the opportunities. It was a huge long buy position, and a lot of VIP members made huge profits. So join the group. Anyways, continuing on, we can see that we have a resistance level now at 2434 with a support level at 2380. And let's move on from 1 hour to day one time frame to further talk about what's happening. On day one, we can see that on from 2300 the gold moved upwards, so it was an upward trend followed by a double bottom breakout, and then a head and shoulder formation was created over here. Then gold retested this area again and again, but it failed 4 times to break the 2380 level. And on last Friday, 2nd August, on market crash, it was not possible for gold to further move on towards 25 area, because realistically it was not possible, because the fear of recession was looming around the corner, and at the right time, it was a really awkward time for Bank of Japan to hike interest rates. But they're saying there is some, they didn't knew that the market was going to be unstable. It's just lies. They knew what they were doing. They're really smart people. They knew what the hell they were doing. And then there was a whole a lot of, from Monday to Tuesday, there was an entire market came down crashing. Then that's where the Fed said they're going to do an emergency meeting, and then we saw a verbal intervention on Thursday by the Bank of Japan in the Asian session. They came out. They said they're not going to hike interest rates when there's so much unstable market. They just said this, so the yen, which was falling rapidly, to just slow the progress of the crash. The crash is still going to happen. They just slowed the process because market was dropping so fast. So, and one of the major reasons again is that because COT positions, all the non-commercial individual investors, hedge funds, and large institutions, they have been decreasing gold long positions for the past few weeks, whereas the commercial traders, they are still bearish. They have more short positions than gold for the past few months, the first quarter. And as there is a saying, commercials are always right. And one more reason is that China's central bank, they have stopped gold purchasing after 18 months, and the reason is that China is the number one gold consumer, okay, and they are not buying any more gold. Major reason, they said that Chinese economy for purchasing gold is, in May and June, the major reason was to preserve the share of reserve and because of the geopolitical tension. But the experts over there, they said that gold helped their spot price rally in April and June, but they are no longer seeing gold as a really a basically an asset for purchasing, because currently the gold is at its absolute high price, and no bank would prefer to buy at such a high price. They clearly mentioned that we need to look at prices. It's impossible for the central bank to maintain a consistent amount of purchase each month with such high rates, despite the Russia, Ukraine, and the Middle East conflict ongoing. So, yeah, this is a major alarming situation that people need to see that despite the war is going on, war is a really small factor. The major factor is global economy, the recession. And this is the reason China, they, and China, and one, the more important thing over here is that gold is not the main reserve asset in China. Their main asset is US currency and US 10-year bonds. Consumer demand for gold have decreased 5% in the first quarter, whereas they were in what do you say, gold was moving from 1600 to 2480 due to BRICS, okay, the alliance of Russia, China, India, and other countries, which is not valid anymore because gold is not pushing because of the recession there is looming. Also, the second largest consumer of gold, which is India, they have also stopped their purchasing. But Gold Council, they are saying that and predicting that there's going to be a historical demand in the fourth quarter. Yeah, which I don't believe, but what we can we say, and it's going to happen during the fourth quarter when U.S. elections are around the corner, FOMC meeting, and Diwali season, uh, which is a festival in which people buy gold and give to their relatives and friends and spouses. So again, if recession panic, which means unemployment rate in the next NFP increases, like just like in March, we can say that demand of gold can decrease or increase in the fourth quarter. I think it's going to decrease. Banks such as Goldman Sachs, they are still predicting gold to move above 2700 area, but we have to be more realistic. In March, we saw that in this year, March, we saw that DXY dollar index and US bond, they were weak and gold was rallying. But now, again, DXY and 10-year bond are crashing down. Gold is still not even able to break the 2500 level. The major reason of this is because Fed emergency rate cut, in which they said there's not gonna be any decision. They're not gonna tell how much will be the size of the interest rate or what will be the timing of the cut. And all these things depend upon how much the market will drop during the crash, and how and what's going to be the market sentiments. If the market is stop crashing, we can expect Fed to cut rate in September FOMC meeting. But uh, if the market didn't stop crashing, Fed Fed might not cut interest rate, because Fed didn't cut interest rate in July, and then now currently last week the Bank of Japan, they hiked the interest rate, which caused the Forex index pair, USDJPY Carry Trade, which got initiated because of the recession reaction on last Friday, on which was on 2nd August, because of which is being called the Black Friday. Reason for Bitcoin crash was also among this, that because Bitcoin has limited supply, okay, but gold don't have limited supply. Gold supply can increase due to GDX. And these are companies which mine gold. Mostly the largest mining company of gold is in Australia, okay, and the supply can increase if they flood the market with new gold. Because of that, because of Fed QT, quantitative tightening, if you don't know what QT is, it's a monetary policy that contracts or reduces the Federal Reserve balance sheet. Okay, so again, if rate cut will stop when QT will stop. Both Donald Trump and Kamala Harrison, in their election campaign, they are talking about central bank independence, and which will which will be the main factor if gold wants to break 2500 level. And for that, the gold needs fiscal and monetary policy support, again, which means they have to stop recession in order for gold to break above 2500 level. Now let's move on to the from day one to weekly chart. As you can see over here, this is really important. We can say, we can see over here that during the Trump era, from 2018 and 2020, right now during the election process, election campaign, Donald Trump came to admitting that he was the main reason for the interest rate cut, and for forcing the Fed to basically, make whatever decision. He was basically, in short, he was manipulating interest rate from 2018 to 2020. And again, we're gonna hear same things after the elections is over, after 4 or 5 years, when Joe Biden is gonna finally admit, after some few years, that how he forced Fed to delay recession at these levels, as you can see, at 1600, at 1800, and at nearly around 2000, and then at, that how he forced the Fed, and the reason, then the tools he used was quantitative tightening and rate cut, which was possible via the US 10-year bond, the bond market. Okay, last week we saw Jeremy Segal, he backed off. He said we don't need any rate cut. The stock market is doing really good. Stock market was rising, climbing, okay, and it was a go-go win situation. But then suddenly, after the Black Friday, the unemployment rate and Bank of Japan rate hike, it caused the market crashing, and then suddenly he changed his view. He said, no, we need emergency rate cut, 75% basis point. We need it now, and it's like a blunder happened. This is the biggest blunder. Of course, all the big shots knew what was happening. It was, you can say, it was forecasted. Experienced traders who are trading in the market for more than 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, they knew this. People who have seen recession before, people who have seen Fed bailing the economy out of recession multiple times, they knew how these things work. Now let's go on to what's gonna do this week. Above 2450, we have seen that gold has rejected multiple times. Whenever gold crossed above 2450, it rejected and it came down at weekly closing. Gold always closed below 2450. The area between 2460 and 2450, it's a sell zone. If the price goes over there, just sell it. Okay, and with the current fear of recession looming around, there's no way price is gonna break above 2500. Okay, so if price goes above 24, around 2460 and 2450, just sell it. Okay, since last Friday, there is no change in Fed policy. Okay, Fed has remained his same monetary policy decisions. Okay, because of that, the dollar index and the U.S. bonds are crashing. Okay, this since the same situation is happening since 2018 till now, and they just say that, oh, they're gonna change policies. They are just lies. They just say these lies to save the stock market from crashing. There hasn't been any rate cut since then. Okay, but we can say that after some few years we might know that, oh, they did rate cut. It was, you just say, we can say it was a silent rate hike cut. Okay, so this week, let's move on. This week we have data on the 13th August. We have core PPI, we have Fed member Bostic. On the 14th August we have CPI, which is really important, which is a major reason gold is gonna melt down this week. And on 15th August we have unemployment claims, and then FMC member Harper speaks. On the 16th August we have consumer sentiment and we have inflation expectations. So you have it all over here. Here is also the entire duration, the presidential circle in which the gold was moving up and down. And we can see over here, this is a Trump era. Trump also forced Fed to, rate cut. Biden did the same. And as you can see, this was during Obama era. We saw a huge decline. Expect a decline like Obama era, because it's not gonna be easy for the economy. People become rich during recession session. It's not during the boom recession, because you can make more money during the crash. For a bull run, you have to. It's slow. It's really slow. It takes lots of years to build the momentum. But when the market comes down crashing, that's where the people make the real money. So be a smart trader and make the right choices for yourself. I'll keep on updating, and please like and subscribe this channel. Join the group, and if you can, join the VIP signal group. I'm also starting a Forex trading course. It's starting from 20th August to 20th September, and please join it. It's really important, and I hope everybody is profitable this week. Best of luck. Be careful. Use a stop loss. Respect the stop loss, and have a happy weekend and have a happy weekly trading session. I'll see you guys in the Telegram channel group. If you have any questions, send me. For more updates, please keep on following Pro Wolf Trader. Good luck, Godspeed. Take care of yourselves. Bye.